Boy, Ray, go Spizzy, Stu Live. I'm on my grind. Nigga, you lying. Nigga, you lying.
Oh yeah, oh boy, this shit bang.
I'm on my grind. Pussy overpower, nigga, you lying. It's money overpower, I'm on my grind. Pushing packs all the time. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind. Pussy overpower, nigga, you lying. It's money overpower, I'm on my grind. Pushing packs all the time. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind. I'm really at the paper, I'm on the money mission. I'm really at the paper, I gotta get it, nigga. I'm chasing all these checks for my family, nigga. I'm chasing all these racks, I need some Benjis, nigga. I'm grinding for that back and gotta keep some Zaza packs in. I got a couple 20s, but I need 100 Jackson. I got a couple fronted cause these pussy niggas taxing. I got a couple 100 rounds if you think I'm lacking. I'm on my grind, I'm on my grind. Ain't no need in asking. I want it all, I want it all. Please don't ask no questions. These niggas lying, that's why I keep that maxing. These niggas lying, that's why I keep it blessing. I'm on my grind. Pussy overpower, nigga, you lying. It's money overpower, I'm on my grind. Pushing packs all the time. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind. Pussy overpower, nigga, you lying. It's money overpower, I'm on my grind. Pushing packs all the time. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind.
I'm on my grind, trying to stay away from sales and doing time. Niggas always lying on my line. If I was blood, I would put that shit on shine. I got a son, so you know that made me shine. I got the bread, so you know I hold the line. You niggas tellin' I'm starting to think you 69. Kick flip, push, I'm on my grind. I got a bad bitch with me, so you know I wine and dine. I'd rather have a premium contract than a prime, like Amazon. I'm on my grind. I stack and flip like a boss, more like a dime. Yeah, I'm the one, like LeBron, the chosen one.
Pussy overpower, nigga, you lying. It's money overpower, I'm on my grind. Pushing packs all the time. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind. Pussy overpower, nigga, you lying. It's money overpower, I'm on my grind. Pushing packs all the time. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind.
Oh boy, you ain't dumb on this one.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Good evening. Today is Tuesday, April the 4th, 2023. And the market went lower today, you guys. Market went lower today. A little pullback, not too low. Not lows of the lows of the lows. But you know, it did go down. Came down. So we're gonna get over the description and then we can go over the charts and numbers. I ain't gonna hold y'all, you know. But this is the recap of the spot. QQQ's IWM, DIA, VIX, Microsoft, Netflix, NVDA, Tesla, Moderna with LCAOD. That's the stocks we're gonna go over today. This is recap coverage from the stock and crypto market. These are live ideas of thought and studies. This is not financial advice on this stream or with this company. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and jump right into it, man. Action-packed day today. Stocks closed lower Tuesday. Down S&P 500 snapped 4-day win streaks as economic worries loom. The Dow dropped 198 points 198.77 points, or 59%, to close at 33,402.38 points. The S&P 500 declined by 0.58% to end the session at 4,100.60 points. Both indexes snapped a 4-day win streak. The NASDAQ composite slipped 0.52%, closing at 12,126.33 points. So, market pulled back today. Basically, economic worries. It's a lot of stuff coming out, a lot of economic data coming out next week. You got CPI coming out next week. You got a lot of inflation data coming out next week, and investors is kind of starting to realize, with this being a short week, it's kind of only so much that can happen right now until that happens. So that's kind of what they mean by the economic worries looming. But that's kind of pretty much it. But other than that, there's really no serious worries in the market right now. As you can see, like I said, it was on a 4-day win streak. So the market basically went up for 4 days in a row. It needed a pullback. Today was the first pullback in 4 days. So, I mean, it did gap up 3 times, just like that. So, it's going to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's going to do that. You got to expect these pullbacks. It's an up and down market. The market don't just go straight up. It don't just go straight down. That's not how things work. So, just knowing that, that's why I always say stay cautious and just keep your caution at an all-time high, really. You know what I'm saying? You want to be alert at all times with this market because things change in seconds, especially when it comes to data and economic data. Things happen over the night, over the weekend, as you see what happened with the gas. That happened over the weekend. See what I'm saying? So nobody was aware of that happening with the gas this week, the oil going that high. So, but it is what it is. Just like nobody weeks ago was expecting the banks to collapse. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But the economic data this week, we done got 2 days out the way. We got 2 more days left, tomorrow and Thursday. But ADP payrolls, we got ISM services, PMI. That's all going to be key tomorrow. You got a earnings, a CAG, they're kicking off. Then Thursday, jobless claims, and then you got earnings Thursday morning. If you were wanting to play like these earnings, Levi and Constellation Brands. Wednesday afternoon, definitely. It's before open, so you want to play the earnings before open, or just really wait till afterwards. Either way, whichever you feel more comfortable with. But either way, that's how you would want to play the earnings on that. But Friday, the market is closed, so nothing will be happening. But you do got data still that will be released to the public on Good Friday. You got the jobs report and the non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate. All that's going to be released on Friday. So that'll be key going into next week. You get what I'm saying? So that's kind of probably where the economic worries are maybe looming. Investors know that they can't invest or trade on Friday. And that's kind of, it gives you a little bit of worry right there because, it's a long, it's going to be a 3-day weekend technically. So it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of, worries coming into next week with all the data coming out. So just expect that, but nothing to really, I would say, fear. Just read the charts and numbers, you guys, and that's really what it boils down to. Tune out the noise. So let's go ahead and jump into the charts and numbers. But yeah, that's it. What to expect tomorrow as far as the data. But let's go ahead and get into the charts. SPY. Be SPY. Alrighty. Chart is loading. Excuse me. So the SPY. All right. looks like from the 1-day perspective, it opened here. The SPY kind of opened at a little bit of a small. Looks like the numbers were right too. Looks like my drawings were right, but we'll erase it. You just have to check the last recap. Hit the like and subscribe button if you would like to. But let's go ahead and get started. The SPY. Okay, so it looks like they hit a mini little gap up. I don't know what that was this morning, but it was a strong rejection there at 411. The bear was there. They tried to find support right there at 410, but then the bear stepped back in and said, didn't I just tell you once? So right here was a strong resistance right here at 411.91. They got knocked down, back here, and it consolidated. They tried to try it one more time, but he told them, like, hey, I told you 3 times now. Why are you here? The bear just took it and was like, you know what, get out of here for real. So it clawed them down. The SPY got clawed down early this morning. So it got clawed to about right here, 410. When it got right here, it realized it was below, kind of near going into yesterday. We looking at yesterday. We was nowhere where we started when it was at that point. So it did try to retest right here for 11 even, but the bear said, all right, enough is enough. Get away for real. And it finished them. It clawed again. And from that point, it was just, more consolidation. And then it just more selling, you guys. That's all. More consolidation here. You found it. Support here, down here. This area 409. But then that really wasn't. And then it just went down right here. Right here. So if you would have held up here, you guys, you grab your puts here. You exit here. Check it off. You get paid. We caught a put today. We actually had to put play the news on it. It's been a while, but decided to exit it today. So we'll go over that soon. The put that I had today, but just looking at this, man, like I said, the SPY definitely just was getting rejected, you guys, at 411. So look at all these circles up here. It's just too many rejections, basically. So that's why it felt like a coward, and it felt like it needed to move. So it did. It moved to the downside, and that's why you got these 2 lows down here. Now here is support at 407, as you can see, and now this is what the SPY needed to do, because if this support didn't hold right here at 407, 405 was in play. Now 405 is definitely in play now because we're closer to it. Looking at tomorrow and next week, looking at 405 levels strong now, because 407 is looking weak and it doesn't look like it may hold. A reason saying that is because, it did find support here, but it did find rejection again. So it consolidated here at 407 too much, meaning, it might be weak. It might be gassed, might not really be any support there. And, it could lead the SPY to more downside, possibly tomorrow, 406. 405, but that's the levels we're looking at. So we just got to keep an eye on the SPY. This thing is really moving for real. Volatility is at the SPY heavy, but that's just looks like that's how it moved today. So we're gonna erase these drawings and look at the levels for tomorrow that I'm eyeing, and to the upside I'm eyeing. This is the 1-day perspective. Just looking at the SPY to 412 would be an ultimate goal by the end of definitely by Thursday. That would be awesome. But if you can't do it by Thursday next week for sure, looking at that as a question mark, this is your new high now. We know it can happen because it happened. So this is either your new high that is trying to recapture, or this is really your top. So looking right here at this area right here, you guys, this is an area that you want to really look at strongly. And put some time on it, like I said, because this could be some in the money type action right here at 411, or this could be a target, where it's coming back for sure. It'll be back. Oh, believe that. So you just got to look at that and question it for sure. Right now, it's a top, and it's resistance. So as of right now, that stands. Nothing changed on that. But right now, looking at the levels to the break back above 410, you know, if you can break back above 410, then I'm just like I said, I'm looking at the SPY to break above this level here. The SPY can break above this level once you get to 410. Then I'm definitely looking at about 414 on the SPY by the end of the week or possibly next week to the upside. To the downside, I'm just now looking at the levels on the SPY. You know, this 407 doesn't hold, and 405 next level here I'm looking at. You know, and then if that doesn't hold, definitely looking at this whole $4 range to 400 is going to be very key right there. It may get frustrating because they're going to consolidate it slowly, possibly. It might just come straight down to 400, and 400 might not hold it. But if that 400 doesn't hold, tops in. You know what I'm saying? So, but we'll see if it gets to those levels, to the downside. But definitely, like I said, looking at first 4 or 5, and then, you know, go from there. DIA. The DIA. Dow Jones. Dow Jones. So it looks like they did what the Jones did, but I will rest them. Check the recap. Hit the like and subscribe button too when you're watching that, those recaps. But right here, looking at what the DIA did, man, they really just opened up right here at this level at about what's that right there, 336, 635. So they were pretty high when they opened up. They tried to push it here, but rejection here and get them out of there. So right here, 336.23 is your top now at the DIA, and we can't confirm that because they did. The chart is telling me that, the chart's numbers. So it's coming down here. It did come down here. It looks like 332.65 is support. So looking strong on the support end, as far as it's not flushing right now. We can't say that. The market is holding up. The bulls are keeping their momentum. You know, it's a little dip buying right now taking place. But, you know, at the end of the day, if things don't push up in a timely manner, they can keep falling down like you saw today. So that's just something to keep in mind. You know what I'm saying? Just definitely keep that in mind for sure. So the levels I'm looking at on the DIA, just looking for it to break back above 335. You can get it above 335. The next level I'm looking at is 336.50. Looking at that level strong because it was a rejection right there. So just looking forward to tag that number by Thursday or next week. To the downside, definitely looking at it to come down here and break this 332. We don't know what that level is, but 330 is another critical level of support. So looking for the DIA to hit about 330. If that don't hold, looking for about 328 on the DIA. Triple Qs. All right, so Triple Qs. Looks like they did the drawing as well. There, we erase it though. Right here, they opened up 320. Support here, 319. Rejection here twice. What's that? 321.59. Then you got selling. Straight selling. From that point, they did almost hit their target of 317, but then they went and found some buyers, but they sold them as well. So they did technically hit 317.85. So did hit the support, and it bounced again, and we closed right here at 319. So support bounced $2, 2 points. That's a lot of points. So real quick right there, just looking for the triple Qs to bounce back above 320. If you can get above 320, then we're looking for that 322. We're looking for that 322 level on the triple Qs. To the downside, definitely just looking for 317, not the hold. And once that level releases, we can get to 315, and 313 is still actionable, you guys, by Thursday or next week. IWM. IWM. So, looks like they opened up. They just sold off, didn't even challenge 180. IWM didn't challenge 180, you guys. So, sold off from 179 straight down to 174 here. This is consolidation at 174, I'm seeing, though. Did find support, got back in the channel a little bit, got back to consolidation at 174. Closed right at VWAP for them at 175. So IWM just trying to stay in the middle here. Either way, it's going. It looks like they don't want to challenge 180 though. You see that, so that's a sign. I'll be looking out for tomorrow. You know, let's look at those red candles here on IWM. You know, it looks like I said, they didn't even try to push to 180 at all. It maybe tried it in pre-market, but I don't see 180 numbers at all in play over here. So definitely a top right there. And you know, like I said, to the upside, if they want to see it, you got to get back to 177.50. And from there, if you can hold that, you have to test 180 at this point. I don't know what the IWM think they're doing, but if that's not going to happen to the downside, I'm definitely looking at this 174 to be a fake hold, and it'll break. And 172 is in play, and 170 on the IWM. VIX. The VIX. So the VIX got that spike, you guys, and we got that spike right at 20. So it did exactly what the recap said. The last one. So got that spike right at 20. That's why you saw a lot of selling today in the market. But the VIX got that spike today, you guys. Right here, right at 20, right there at the top. So they closed right at 19. So if you want to see more selling pressure, the VIX will spike again back to 20. If you want to see stocks go up, and you know there's nothing to be scared about or fearful, like it's okay to buy. You'll see the volatility leave the market. It'll go back down here, looking at the level about 1880, by 1880 to possibly 1840. So these are two levels I'm looking at on the VIX. The volatility, the speed of the market. Netflix. Opened at, it looks like 349. Didn't challenge 350 yet, so it doesn't look like that's in play, but it still is in play though. It did try to sell off there, right there, 344, but they shot that right back up and got in consolidation mode in the channel at 347. So 344, we know it's support now. That's good for Netflix, because at first it was just looking like it was going to be a slide game with the only support that they had was possibly 340, but nah, they really got support at 344 as well. So you're going to be cautious of that. But just knowing that, they closed right here at 347, so this is where they at. But it definitely still can push to 350. But just the difference being from the IWM and Netflix is Netflix can push closer to it because it's a stock, and it's not under the IWM, it's under actually the triple Qs. So Netflix could push to 350 because it's closer. The IWM they could push to 180, but they would have to really show signs of it. Netflix kind of peaked at it. At least they peaked at it. IWM didn't peak at it. They look similar, but you gotta look at the candle wicking. So it's two different scenarios basically. But at the end of the day, just looking for the upside on Netflix to retest that 349 level and hit 350. 352 would be an ultimate high by their earnings time, before the earnings time. That's what I'm looking at on Netflix to the upside. To the downside, on Netflix, is looking at the downside of about 344 to break. If that doesn't hold, I'm definitely going back to what I know is some real support at 340 on Netflix, and we'll see what happens from there. Microsoft opened up down here at 287, found support 286, shot up. They did test 290, you guys. They hit it, but rejection. You got rejection at 290, you guys, but they did hit it, so that's good. That's good for Microsoft. They actually consolidated it for a little while right here, all the way from 289 to 288. But they did take it down. I see over here back to the lows of what, 286, 285 at one point, but I see they found support and back at 287. So support's still there at 285 for sure. That's what I'm saying at Microsoft. Support, it looks like, they're holding pretty strong far as, it's not selling off. It's not giving all the gains. It's holding up. It's staying above from, it's staying into the previous day channel, So it's, that's something to be cautious about. You feel me? Like, people think the market, this is the top for sure. You might be possibly right, but they can consolidate it for as long as ever. So, you got to just be mindful of the data that's coming out, and, things change every day. But yeah, so to the upside though, just looking at Microsoft to get back to 289, 290. If you can break above that, I'm looking for 292 next, and after that 295 for their earnings. They got earnings coming up as well. April 27th. Yep. So yeah, before then, to the downside, looking at 285 not to hold. If it doesn't hold, looking at that 282 level sharply. That don't hold. Definitely looking at 280 on Microsoft. NVDA, yo, close that support. NVIDIA finally got weak, y'all. The strongest bull in the market right now finally got weak. Sold off right at that level of 280. Sold off right here to 274. So 280 to 274, huge move right there. And then it is consolidated right here from what, 278 to 274. Basically the remainder of the day. Sold off that, took it to below support, 273.20, yo. 273.20 on the video. It did hit that, but it did find support a little bit right there, and it closed right there at 273.91. So the video is right at the top support, you guys. They're actually finally, looks like they might be giving in, but keep in mind, when they get right here, they tend to just pop higher than all that you're seeing. So you can see it go from 273 to the upside. I'm looking at 280 on the video right now. If it can get back above that, they're still really bullish, you guys. But if not, it looks like 280 is possibly, we're gonna question that now. I ain't saying it was. It's possibly, we're gonna question it. Is maybe your top. 280 could be possibly your top. You know what I'm saying? So just looking for, to the downside to just go down ahead and break below 270. Go ahead and get rid of that level. And once you get rid of that level, just looking for it to come back to real life reality here. 268, 266, possibly 265 on the video, because you got to zoom out. Like, they have been going bonkers in the past 3 months. This is ridiculous. You went from 142 to 273 in 3 months. So, yeah, just looking for, like I said, if they gonna move, they gonna move. These are the levels I'm looking at from the end of this week to next week, you guys, on the video. Tesla. Tesla. This is the play. LCAOD closed today. I'll pull it up here and show you guys. So some of you guys in my Discord, you new to this, you don't understand how this really works. Well, you get it, but you know what I'm saying? You're trying to really, you need to recap to break it down. So I'll do this. I don't do this often, but I'll do this tonight. So I'll explain basically my position and what happened and what took place and yada yada. So okay, one contract right here. Brought this last week, you guys. I brought this on a Friday, and it was only one contract. The average cost was 3.07, which is $307 when it comes to cash and you buying it. So brought it then. So as you can see, date purchase March 31st. So just correcting what I'm saying, my break even was 194 at that time on Friday. Tesla closed at 208. So then basically, Sunday they had delivery numbers Monday. they technically reacted to the delivery numbers, and when they reacted to the delivery numbers, it just kind of got a little hectic. It got to that point where people panicked a little bit. The numbers were so great, but it was just like a lot of confusion going on with it as well. So just looking at it from the point it was, I'd seen an opportunity because, for one, I look at the charts and numbers at the end of the day. Looking at the charts and numbers told me, basically just that was a huge move to the upside. The RSI was way oversold. It was way overbought. It was way out of bounds overbought. So that's how I took the chance at the put. I took a 197.50 put, and it fell right in my lap. Basically, it fell right in my lap. But the thing about this put is, the expiration date right here, April the 6th. That's this Thursday. So with that short of a time, it's a lot of theta and like IV, and this is the Greeks, and we'll have to go over this. We'll do a Zoom or something like this, or and I'll teach you guys and explain you guys to the Greeks. It's something that you don't need to know too much about it, but you do need to know the key points of the Greeks and the meaning. So I'll explain it to you guys. But theta is a big thing when it comes to weeklies. So it didn't pay out as much as I thought it was. I thought it was gonna really pay out like at least to like where you see 8.05. I thought you would see at least possibly like 18.5 or maybe like even 14 or 12.5. I don't know, somewhere like that. I thought it was gonna be at least a 1,000 contract. But it turned out not to be. Tesla and his puts, those shorts. Elon don't really like shorts, man. He at one point in 2020 he made a meme about shorts. He even made like Tesla shorts because like he squeezed them. Like when people buy so many puts, basically like Tesla just rockets out of it. So like the puts kind of like are limited. They not kind of, but they are limited for sure, and the calls are unlimited. So it only gave me a limited amount. It was definitely 162.21% return, but just because it was a weekly, I should have definitely brought more than one contract as well. But being that it was kind of just like a bet situation, like just it was all about the delivery numbers on that, and it was kind of like a sell the news event, and it hit. It turned out to work. But that's just what it means. So right here where it says break even, basically I needed Tesla price to hit that number on a share. And by golly, they did it yesterday. They fell below that number. They closed yesterday at one. I think like right near that number, if I'm not mistaken. But they did go to like 192 yesterday. But it was like the equity that they were offering. You got to know how to really count for real. And when you know something's off, you know, okay, you have a winner. They gotta figure out the math and get it calculated correctly. But then I had it for a couple days, so it was like one of those situations where you just want to just kind of like, all right, don't be greedy. I guess you got to do something else. They're gonna do something to try to make you get out of it. You know what I'm saying? And it just ended up like that, basically, pretty much. So I just decided to take the 162.21% off the table, and explain it to you guys on the recap and in the Discord. You guys in Discord. So, but at the end of the day, like I said, Tesla. I closed the position at you see right here. I closed it at when the share price was at 190.67. So when Tesla share price was at 190, I sold it. Reason being, Tesla was at support during that time. They actually held 190 really strongly today. Now I don't know. I really don't believe that 190 may hold tomorrow or next week. But at the same time, they do got earnings coming up. So you just don't want to take that chance of losing that much return. So that's why I sold today. Just taking the gains, taking the profit the profit gains off the table, you guys. And so that's just pretty much how options. This is how options works. This is how options work. This was my position, and like I said, I had a Tesla put. I brought it on Friday. I held it. I just closed it today. As you can see, the time I closed it around 11:20 this morning. So it was straight. Like I said, it's little quick, little 500. But like I said, I could have brought more, but just when the news is like that, it can go 50-50. You kind of just don't. You just want to just take it at what you can afford to lose type situation. So didn't want to overbuy on that one. But if I did, it would have been way more for sure. But that's how options work, you guys. So you guys get a glimpse of how things work. And some of y'all still need to download Robinhood. Make sure y'all download Robinhood. That's the brokerage account that we use at LCAOD. We use Webull as well. We'll use any brokerage app service. I don't discriminate. I'm not, saying who's better or this one's better. They all work the same to me as long as you can do this. You can buy and sell contracts and you can get your orders filled. That's all that matters. And the market value and the average cost is all the same across every brokerage app. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So, but yeah, this is what it is right here. This is what it's about. But we're going to go ahead and look at Tesla chart. And then we're going to look at Moderna. We're going to wrap it up. I ain't going to hold y'all up, but that's pretty much explaining that contract. It was a winner, and it's a closed deal. I may buy back tomorrow. I may not. But looking at the levels on Tesla now from the one-day perspective, this was your high right here, 198. They kind of got a little bit of a gap up to that, though. So that's how that happened. But that gap up was sold, obviously. If you bought calls, they got out quickly. And it just came down instantly right down here at 193. Support at 196, but not really rejection. So really you got rejection right here. So I told you guys 192 wasn't real support. That was fake. And it showed it today. The real support is at 190 though for sure. And you saw that today. You got one right there, 2, 3. Pretty much consolidation at 190, 191 all day on Tesla right here again. And then they finally sparked out of it and closed at 192. So the levels I'm looking at now on Tesla is, if this 190 is actually strong support and going to hold, you got to really put your eye back on that 194 50 level. That was a key area right there. When I was on the opposite direction, I was worried about that level. I was like, I don't know if this is, what I'm saying? I don't know if this is gonna hold or not. They don't know. They was holding tight on that one, man. They were being stingy. So you just keep that in mind. Like I said, them puts are limited for sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna only get what you're gonna get. You feel me? It ain't gonna keep going crazy. So you gotta take what you can get. You know what I'm saying? But to each his own. But that's the levels I'm looking out for though. If this 192 can hold, I'm just looking for Tesla to break back above 194.50. And if that level breaks, next level is 196.50 and 197.50. It's in play for Tesla by Thursday or next week. To the downside, I'm looking at 190, you guys. If it doesn't hold, the next level I'm looking at is 188 to 187. It's just going to get real critical for real. If 190 does not hold tomorrow, 188, 187 on Tesla to the downside. Moderna. Last but not least. So it looks like healthcare pulled back today, right here, 159, pulled back to 156, and really just consolidated at 156 all day, Moderna. So they closed right there at 156. So just looking for them to break back above 158.50. And the next level I'm looking at is 160 on Moderna to the upside if they show strength back to the upside. To the downside, I'm just looking at if this 156 doesn't hold, 155 and 152, really 150 Moderna to the downside, you guys. And that's it right there. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to wrap it up. Bitcoin is up right now, $500. Bitcoin's up. Ethereum's up. Ethereum's up at 1,900. That's good. Oil is up another $1. Uh-oh. Oil pushing higher still. Uh-oh. Gold is up. Silver is up. Uh-oh. What is going to happen tomorrow? We'll see. We don't know. Breaking news, Trump indictment. Trump denies committing crimes, attacks foes, and campaign-style speech. We got a lot of Trump stuff. I heard Trump was leading back in the race for 2024, too. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That may or may not be good. The market right now and the futures indices are green. We're going to see if that holds tomorrow. They're slightly green. Stock futures rise slightly after Dow. S&P 500 snap 4-day win streak. That's the headlines right now. We'll see tomorrow, man. We're going to be back tomorrow with one more recap. And then, remember, the market is closed Friday due to Good Friday. So, we'll see the direction, which way the levels and the chart going to be heading tomorrow, Hopefully, they pan out the way LCAOD is drawing it up. It has been here lately. It has been here lately, and not saying I'm, perfect or anything, but it has been, you feel me? But at the end of the day, when you do this so much, you just get better with it. That's how I look at it, you feel me? You feel me? Repetition is the father of learning. You get better when you just keep doing something, you feel me? That's all it is. That's all it really is. Understanding the economic data and understanding things. It's not about your feelings, and understanding to keep your pride and your ego out of it. And understand the risk management and understanding, you got a lifestyle too out and understanding this is not a casino. You feel me? So just understanding all that right there, man. But I ain't gonna hold y'all up. The AA sentiment, I think that's gonna update tomorrow, y'all. I think that's gonna update tomorrow. We'll come back with it tomorrow on that. It should update tomorrow or the day after. If not, if it do it the day after, then we'll have it on a Sunday recap. You feel me? But I think it's gonna update tomorrow. So we might have it on tomorrow's recap. But just be on the lookout for that and see what's going on. As of right now, remember, most investors think the market is still bearish and it's going down. 45.6% is thinking that. 31.9% is neutral, don't really have a direction, don't care for it right now. 22.5% is bullish, think the market is going up. So, hey, just keep that in mind too, man. Keep that in mind too. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. I'll see y'all tomorrow. This was the recap of the SPY QQQs, IWM, DIA, VIX, Microsoft, Netflix, NVDA, Tesla, Moderna, with LCAOD. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.